I love snowflakes. Their shape is determined by temperature and humidity, but you can draw them any way you imagine. This hand-based glass snowflake is manually drafted and an original design. You can draw any snowflake with geometry if you understand the math behind these shapes formed by interlocking snowflakes branches. Then you can easily create your own patterns. Splice tools. Some of the tools used for these products are specific to creating glass and can be purchased online at stores like Amazon, Delphi Glass, Tulsi Glass, or at local hobby stores. Cutting mat, heavy duty grinding pilers, field snipers, pistol grip glass cutter, glass cleaner, straight edge, tweezer, pointy tool, safety glasses, band-aids, graph paper, tracing papers, quilter's rule, pencils, compass for drawing circles, Elmer's glue, plastic drawing template, protractor, LED light box, square ceramic caling shelf, 10-inch into 10-inch into 1.5 fiber paper, 1/2 inch into 1/2 inch into 1 into 8 inch. We'll see thin fire shelf paper, 10 into 10 inch, one jewelry connector, jump ring in silver plated brass, 12 millimeter round and 6 gauge, Sharpie fine line marker. Clean. The Clean is a model called the Bonnie glue and is made by Jen Can Cleans. It is an all fiber clean with a digital 3-button controller. The interior measures 15-inch in circumference and 6 inches deep. It runs on 120 volts. Glass. One piece 6 into 10 inches. I used hand roll fusible art glass made by Woolsey Glass Company. This piece is a double rolled 3 mm two colored streaky sheet mixed in light tortoise and true blue. It originally measured 10-inch by 10-inch and is Woolsey code 0024160030 F 1010. Step 1. Creating a polar graph. The polar graph are an easy start to get the basic snowflake shape draw. Snowflakes are 6-sided, so I divide my polar graph into 6 equal sections. You can buy polar graph paper, but I really enjoy the manually part of drafting. My construction is not perfect, but it serves to connect me with the geometry of the parts and how they work together as a whole. Draw a 9 into 1.5 square and find the center. Draw a circle with a 1-inch radius and centered in the square. Using a ruler, spread the arms of the compass to 1 inch. Set the metal tip of compass in the square's marked center. Tilt the compass at an angle so the pencil end just touch the paper. Gently swing the pencil end in a circle and mark the paper. Make sure to keep the metal tip in the center. Now draw 7 more concentric circles at 1/2 inch intervals. Using a ruler, spread the arm of the compass to 1.5 inch. Set the metal tip of compass in the squared mark center. Tilt the compass at an angle so the pencil end just touch the paper. Gently swing the pencil end in a circle and mark the paper. Make sure to keep the metal tip in the center. Repeat for circle with radius of 2 inch, 2.5 inch, 3 inch, 3 into 1.5 inch, 4 and 4 into 1.5 inch. Each circle is drawn. The metal tip of compass makes a hole at center. That's okay. Divide the 1 inch inner circle into 6 equal segments. Using a ruler, spread the arm of compass to 1 inch. Set the metal tip of compass at 6 o'clock point of the circle. Tilt the compass at an angle so the pencil and just touch the paper. Gently swing the pencil and in an arc and make the paper where it intersects the circle circumference. Now set the metal tip of your compass on just drawn intersection. Again gently swing the pencil and in an arc and mark the paper where it intersects the circle circumference. Repeat until you have 6 section. Divide the 1 and 1/2 inch second circle into 6 segments. Using a ruler, spread the arm of compass to 1 and 1.5 inch. Set the metal tip of compass at 9 o'clock point of this circle. Tilt the compass at an angle so the pencil and just touch the paper. Gently swing the pencil and in an arc and mark the paper where it intersects the circle circumference. Now set the metal tip of your compass on the just drawn intersection. Again gently swing the pencil and in an arc and mark the paper where it intersects the circle circumference. Repeat until you have sixth section. Draw the vertical axis and horizontal axis and the rays. Using a ruler, draw a vertical line through the center of circle. This is the vertical or y-axis. With a ruler, draw a horizontal line through the center of circles. This is the horizontal or x-axis. Start at the center. Draw each ray as it passes through the first and second circles and continue to the edge of the square. Step 2. Drawing the snowflake template. I like to draw snowflake template and then use that to design the glass version. Snowflake tracing template has 6 main arms plus side branches. Note that when the side branches meet each other, they form a 6-pointed star. Also, all branches extend from the arms at 60 degrees. It is also the interior angle of an equilateral triangle. I think it's neat that since all branches are drawn at 60 degrees, they are part of an equilateral triangle that is similar to a mirrored equilateral triangle. That is the part of hexagon that fits inside the 1-inch circle. Choose your 6 main arms. The polar graph is drawn with 8 rays, a positive, a negative horizontal axis and a positive or negative vertical axis for a total of 12 prospective snowflakes arm. Label the 12 radiating arms with number 1 to 6 and a letter A to F. Alternating between the letters and numbers, you can travel around the circle. Creating branches at 1-inch circle. Using a ruler, spread the arm of drawing compass to 1 inch. Set the metal tip of compass where 4 intersect the circle with a 1-inch radius. Tilt the compass and swing the small arc until it intersects ray C. Set the metal tip of compass where 3 rays intersect the circle with a 1-inch radius. Tilt the compass and swing a small arc until it intersects ray C and then B. Repeat for rays A, D, E and F. Draw branches. Connect the dots and create a 6-pointed star. Creating branches at 2-inch circle. You can use parallel line to draw this set of branches or continue with compass if you choose to use parallel lines. Step 6 has more information. You use a ruler, spread the arm of compass of 1 inch. Set the metal tip of compass where ray 3 intersect the circle with 2-inch radius. Tilt the compass and swing a small arc marking at approximately 60 degrees. Set the metal tip of compass where ray 3 intersect the circle with a radius 3 inches. Tilt the compass and swing a small arc until it meets and crosses the previous arc, making a curvy X. Repeat for opposite side of ray 3. Draw 2 and 1 over 2 inch lines from ray 3 that extend out and through the arc intersection. Draw the branches. Repeat 5 more times and create a total of 6 sets of branches and a large 6-point pointed star. Add more friend-like branches. All of the branches along a ray will be parallel to each other. To add more branches, use a transparent quilting rule with the parallel lines printed on it. Looking through the quilter's rule, place 1 inch line over any branch. Draw a 1 over 2 inch line extended out from the arm. Move the quilter rule up a 1 over 2 inch and draw a 1 inch line extended out from the arm. Move a 1 over 2 inch at any time. Repeat for the desired number of branches. Repeat the pattern on each arm around the snowflake to keep the symmetry. Add more details. Use a standard template to add 1 over 2 inch diamonds at the tips. Now you have a basic snowflake for a tracing template. Hooray! Step 3. Developing the snowflake design. After paging through the book by W.A. Bentley and W.J. Humphreys, I choose a few favorite snowflake as inspiration. Place tracing paper over your tracing template and draw snowflake variation until you find the one that works for you. Take time to find the patterns within each snowflake formed by interlocking side branches. You can create a diamond within the 6-pointed star and mini snowflake at end of each main arm. Make sure to repeat your pattern on each of the 6 arms for symmetry. You choose your favorite snowflake form. Place a new sheet for tracing paper on the top of it to translate the pattern into something that will work in glass. Here are few things to consider. Size. Make the main parts wider and other part skinny to add visual interest. Glass cutting. It is hard to cut pieces thinner than 1 over 4 inch. Construction. Building is easier when components are supported evenly. Overlap. Glass fusing requires an overlap of pieces so they stick together. Overlap. Glass fusing requires an overlap of pieces so they stick together. Volume control. Surface tension of Bullseye glass at full fuse is about 1 over 4 inch or 2 layers of glass, glass glass only one layer thick will shrink a little and 2 layer will round. Once done, identify the main shapes: main arm, inner hexagon, inner star, outer star, branches. Now label each component: main arm, inner hexagon, inner star, outer star, main arm branch, inner star connector, and main arm top, outer star cross piece, and main arm branches tip. Jump ring for hanging. Step 4. Shop safely. Wear safety glasses. Cutting glass can cause sharp flakes and glass bits to go to flying. Make sure to always wear eye protection when cutting glass. Be careful. Cut and broken glass can be sharp, so be careful to not cut yourself. Step 5. Cutting glass. you can shop safely. Be careful and wear safety glasses when working with glass. Cut glass is sharp, to be careful and try not to get cut. Yellow glass was used for the photos because it was easier to see. Cut list: main arm 6 inch, 6 to 4 inch into 1.5 inch. Inner hexagon 6, 7 over 8 inch and 1 over 4 inch. Inner star 12, 7 over 8 inch multiply 1 over 4 inch. Outer star 12, 1 and 5 over 8 inch into 1 over 4 inch. Main arm branch 12, 1 and 1 over 2 inch into 3 over 8 inch. Inner star connector 6, 3 into 8 inch into 3 into 8 inch. Outer star connected and main arm top 12, 1 over 2 inch and 1 over 2 inch. Outer star cross piece and main arm branch tips 48, 1 into 2 inch into 1 over 4 inch. Using the wheeled nipers, cut the smallest 1 into 8 inch triangle of the one corner of only 6 of yours. Inner star pieces, leave 6 inner star pieces uncut. Cutting glass, check and make sure your safety glass are on. Clean your glass with a glass cleaner and wipe dry. Use a fine line Sharpie marker and mark the desired width on the glass. Place the sheet on a glass cutting mat. Score the glass with the pistol grip glass cutter and break the strips apart with running pilers. My glass cutter has a pistol grip filled with a little oil, but any kind of glass cutter will work. A glass cutter scores the glass with its carbide wheel. This scoring of surface tells the fragment where to break. The wheel is centered at the tip, so make sure the wheel is on your marked line. On the edge, not the edge of the tip that holds the scoring wheel. Now, pressing firmly, take your glass cutter and score in one pass. A straight edge helps to keep everything squared. The running pilers will actually break the glass along the score. Take a moment and look at the end of the jaws of the running pilers. They are curved, so hold them with the front edge of jaws curving down or flowing at the scored center on the black mark. It is best to score and break from the middle out, so you have equal amount of material on either side of the score. Place the scored glass in the mount of running pilers and gently squeeze until the score until you hear the pop. Sometimes it helps to repeat this gently squeezing on either side end of score. When the center of the bottom jaw pushes up, the outside of top of jaw pushes down and the glass breaks and scored line. This is called running the break. I had trouble photographing the transparent glass on the black cutting mat, so it took a few extra photos and short video clip of cutting 1 over 4 inch strip out of yellow art glass. I didn't use any yellow in this product. Here is a clip of scoring and cutting 1 over 4 inch strips. Step 6. Assembling the snowflakes. Place your completed snowflakes pattern on the light box and lay the Bulsi thin fire shelf paper over it. Make sure the printed side of the thin fire is face down. With the light box on, to trace the snowflake onto the thin fire. Transfer the thin fire to the top of ceramic clean shelf with the drawing face up. Find the components of first layer of snowflake, the 6 main arms, the 6 inner star connector, 6 outer star connector, and 48 cross piece and branch strips. Using the tiniest drop of glue, attach the attach these glass pieces to the thin fire. Be careful to only use a small drop of glue so none squashes out. This glue is only to stable the pieces during assembly and keep everything together when transferring to clean. Now glue the square of fiber paper and thin fire just at outside end of one of the main arms. This will be for the jump ring. Allow the glue to dry for a few minutes. Next, with a small dot, the 12 main arm branches, the 12 inner star parts, and the 12 outer star parts. When placing the inner star glass components, alternate the 6 pieces missing the tiny triangle with the 6 uncut pieces. This allows both to fit on the inner star connector. Allow the glue to dry. Take a moment to look at jump ring. It is split in one place. This split must be completed and case in glass for hanging. Place a tiny glue dot at 1/4 inch from the end of arm with a fiber paper. Lay the jump ring opening over this glue dot centered on the width of arm. The jump ring should be half on the glass and half on the fiber paper. Allow the glue to dry. Now fix the glass main arms to the square with the dot of glue. Make sure to gently balance the square over the jumping ring. Also glue the inner hexagon. Let the glue dry. Step 7. Firing the clean. Careful move the shelf with a snowflake to clean. Note it's time to fire the clean and fuse the snowflake together. A little more math. I heat my glass in an electric clean with a programmable controller. I use a time schedule with a very specific temperature, increases and hold over a set period to get both the finish look. I want and also to keep the glass from cracking due to thermal shock. All glass brands are different. Please check the manufacturer for recommended fusing guidance. Be sure to test your glass and see how it will behave in your clean. A glass firing schedule is done in segments, with each segment in 3 parts. These parts are ramp, speed of temperature change, degrees Fahrenheit per hour, set temperature to reach degrees Fahrenheit, hold amount of time to stay at temperature minutes. Here are 6 segments of the schedule I use for fusing glass snowflakes. I have included a photo of firing schedule graph in the photos to better see what is happening. 1. Ramp 300 degrees Fahrenheit per hour to temperature 1000 degree Fahrenheit, hold 15 minutes. Ramp 2. Ramp degree Fahrenheit per hour to temperature 1150 degree Fahrenheit, hold for 15 minutes. 3. Ramp 850 degree Fahrenheit per hour to temperature for 1425 degree Fahrenheit, hold 10 minutes. Ramp full speed to temperature 900 degree Fahrenheit, hold 30 minutes. Ramp 100 degree Fahrenheit per hour to temperature 700 degree Fahrenheit, hold for 0 minutes. 6. 400 degree Fahrenheit per hour to temperature 100 degree Fahrenheit. Hold for 0 minutes. Note: please don't open the clean until it cools to 100 degree Fahrenheit or lower. When the clean firing is complete, the thin fire paper will turn to a fine dust. Please wear an appropriate mask when fine the particles are airborne. Step 8. You are finished. Now hang your snowflakes in a window and admire your work. Thank you.